Why I'm being a liberal? It's a very interesting question. I will answer this question with a personal statement, which might have been directly or indirectly influenced by all the books that I have read, but I have adopted and modified and adjusted based on my very personal life experience that has shaped me into who I am today. First of all, you need to understand that choosing ideology is so much dependent to how you view this world, how this world should go, what is your purpose in life, how is an ideal civilization that you dream of, etc. These things make an ideology can't be compared directly to other ideologies except if they have similar axiom or similar faith to sort of an ideal world should be. For example, if liberalism has its goal to provide an optimal freedom to individual, while Islam as an ideology has heaven as the purpose, those two ideologies can't be compared which one is better because they have different end goals and different ideal form of life. To understand this, I must emphasize that liberalism, faith, relies upon these principles. The right is prior to the goods. As you can see, the highest morality as a liberal is individual's right itself. At least that's the kind of liberalism that I know and I believe in. But why is this individual right so important to me? Because I believe that humans deserve to live as a free man. Humans deserve to have their full autonomy to their bodies because they are the highest subject on their bodies, includes the mind inside it. Even if those individuals show up or born as an implication to other two individuals as their parental free will that once in a lifetime decided to get their ovum and sperms together and they finally created a new human. But I don't think those parental individuals can be more authoritative than the subject itself to their individual autonomy. Why is these individuals, I believe, deserve the highest authority to their bodies? Because I believe in the importance of independence in eliminating problems in this world, where, in my point of view, simply relies on the unwanted things. I mean, all the problems in life is basically things that we don't want to happen to our life. We don't want poverty, for example, or we don't want diseases, viruses that makes people dying and suffering and so on. So the ideal life, in my point of view, is a life that gives us what we want. And so that more individuals can achieve what they want, they need to be able to take care of themselves and not being a parasite to other humans. To achieve this condition, individuals need to first of all given an authority to manage themselves, their own selves, and pursue what is the best for themselves based on their very own point of view. How? If those individuals want death, for me, it's not a problem. Because the most important thing is that how those individuals not being a parasites, thus the risk to every choices they make not resulted in a big externality to other individuals. This is the difference between liberalism and Semitic religions like Christianity or Islam, which thinks that life is always better than death, that you are obliged to life and not have the right to life. Instead, your right to life is not owned by you, but another creature that is uncertainly existing, which is the super being. Liberalism wants to open wants to open as big as possible opportunities for you to pursue what you want, as long as it is in the coverage of your own autonomy. This is the limit to how you can pursue what you want in the liberal approach, which is the coverage of your own autonomy, which based on your rights to things, property rights. If one condition that you want to achieve is out of your reach or out of your coverage to your of your property rights, it means that the externality of your choices might interfere other individuals' property. That means it's wrong based on liberal approach, and that's an enemy that in the liberal civilization needs to fight against. As we can see that choices are what is the most prioritized thing in liberalism. These choices must be given individually, and as what I have said before, as much as possible being minimalized from interfering other individuals' choices or being interfered by other individuals. Why I see that this space to choose is the most important thing to be given to individuals? This is my axiom realize. I believe that Homo sapiens has been through a very long years or time of evolution that led us to have this ability to survive, and intervention from other individuals might only lead us to a worse choices in this process of choosing between choices. I think that intervention that can be done by other individuals should be only an effort of perfecting information. I will give you a concrete example. So instead of you tell me which one is better, a carrot or a banana, it's better for you to explain to me what sort of nutrients that are contained in those two options, what is the negative and positive sides of it, etc., and let me to choose myself which one is better for me, instead of telling me which one is better in the first place. And I think this kind of perfect information is also what is liberalism try to achieve in terms of for instance, the free market ideals. And how my life experience brought me to liberalism. I was raised in a poor family where my mom raised me without a husband besides her. I, as an individual, she as an individual, my mom as an individual, has been putting efforts to raise her 3 daughters in this rough city, which is Jakarta, without enough education background that can get her enough income in terms of sufficient income. And this kind of suffering and struggling life has led me to adapt and survive even only with rice and a ketchup daily to it. And this condition helped me to also focus on studying to achieve the best offering position or beginning position when I was going to go to a higher state of education. The higher score of academic I achieved, then the better choices comes out. The more choices comes out, and the bigger opportunity for me to get the better school as a product with a better price and better quality. Without that kind of competitions, I don't think I would have this kind of ability to survive as what I already have now. Even I don't know what would happen if that kind of freedom wasn't provided by my mom to choose what's best for me. But this far, I feel I'm in the best condition that I could achieve, especially because I have this capacity to choose and this capacity to calculate my own risk on my life choices myself. When these kind of choices are being chosen by other people, then the risk that attached to the choices might be unclearly I mean, who's gonna take those risks? It's very unclear, right? Me or the other people who chooses that choices. And sometimes it's not a thing that you can choose who's gonna take the risk. For instance, if you want to study law and your dad force you to study medical, the risk of studying medical, all the difficulties, all the efforts you put in studying it, and the financial loss that you might have if you get a worse income instead of being a lawyer, for instance, is being hold on your back, is being put on you, not on your dad, who's actually choosing in the first place. I think it's very unfair. Ideally speaking, to let me take that risk on my own, then I should be the one who take controls on choosing in the first place. And these values that are attached to me and that are being taught by my mom since I was a kid is not useless. It has helped me to grow into an independent individual. I have been covering my own needs since I was in the 2nd grade of senior high school. Thus, I'm not being a parasite to my mom. And if my mom needs to take care of and even if my mom wants to take care of me in some conditions, either financially or morally or whatever you name it, it's not because she is forced to do that because she has no choice, but instead she has a choice because I have given her the choice. I let her to choose because I'm not being a parasite that block her from the choices. This is the proof how the liberalism spirit has helped individuals to gain a greater opportunity to pursue what they want. Liberalism creates rational individuals that are not being a parasite to other people, but also might grow empathy to help them as long as it's needed, as long as the help is needed. Liberalism shapes individuals who can calculate their own risk well and contribute to increase the quality of the market, because individuals as consumers or buyers will make the market create a better product if they have this capacity to choose, if they have capacity to choose. Individuals who are not getting used to choose will not be able to help the market to produce a better quality of product, because they will only make the market create a worse product with worse price, which is more expensive product but worse quality. This habit of choosing will also shape a smarter individuals, because the process of choosing will bring you to a process of information seeking that will help you understand the choices that are provided. Thus, individual will learn by themselves and independently, perfecting informations that are provided. Even if they cannot independently do that, information seeking process, individuals will force the market to create services that help them to get the information. And this is how Google, Wikipedia, and other information sources come from. To me, liberalism will help the world to have a smart, selective, independent, and creative individuals. This creativity comes from their habit of seeking for solution for their own problems. This is a kind of human races that, in my point of view, is who are ideals to live in this earth. And the high respect to individual autonomy also makes liberalism helps to minimize the horizontal conflict that are usually inflicted by individuals who can't accept differences and who love so much to force other